EGM Network.
Hi, welcome to Silver Linings. I am one of your hosts, Janine Barrows, and I am here with my friend and co-host, Raul Perez.
Hello, everybody.
And in the studio today, we are extremely lucky that we have a unique superhero in our community from Hank's Heroes. So Hank Miller is joining us, and his mom, Amber Miller, is joining us. And they're going to talk about an initiative that Hank created a couple years ago to make positive impacts for the lives of others right here on the Treasure Coast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Hank of Hank's Heroes. So all this started when I was at a church event. I was dressed as Spider-Man, and all the kids loved it. And I was thinking, what could I do to maybe make this more popular, more public, bring it really and make an impact in society? So me and my mom thought of, nonprofits. They are some of the most impactful groups in society. And we got our 501c3. We became official through the state. We've done so many visits, and I think we've really impacted lots of lives in the community.
I imagine you have. We often talk about our youth not having focus, and you just broke that myth. And talking about the reality that many of us need that moment in our lives to get over some of the things that are hard amongst it. And my understanding is that you bring this type of joy to not only sick children, but people who have engaged and had some very traumatic experiences in their lives. And we even talked about the reality that it's not just kids, that sometimes we're talking about adults and, our older generation who appreciates some of the characters in which you come and portray. I think it's a beautiful opportunity for you to spread positivity and for others to recognize that our youth does have a really positive focus ahead of them.
Yeah, I remember meeting Hank and his mother a few months ago and talking to them about, how the organization came about and what was the main focus. And it was interesting to find out how young Hank was, and that he had this he had this initiative to give back to his community and give back to children who have some disadvantages. But it was great to hear how something like this started and continues to grow. So thank you for providing those services to our community.
Yeah, without a doubt. So tell us a little bit. Well, first and foremost, we're going to be speaking in code. For those of you who don't know, we can't say the names of characters that we love and that Hank occasionally portrays for the purpose of smiles and happiness. But he does have the ability to come in many forms, right?
Yes.
And all bringing joy at different levels and different ages and perspectives. But that doesn't come easily, right? We don't just have, simple costumes. They take extensive times to create and a large amount of money to make purchases so that they're realistic, so that it gives off that full feel experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about how you've come to be with some of your costumes that you get to spread joy in.
So my favorite costume has got to be the Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight of Justice and Vengeance.
All right.
I was donated a costume. It was bare bones. It was very, very dry costume. It was a spandex bodysuit that was way too loose and a Velcro cape that hung just below my calves.
Oh my.
And a cowl that looked like I was just like not real. Like I didn't look
It was
right.
like a
It was
kid
just
trying on his dad's suit.
very
It was all
esque of
big
that.
and weird.
And so I've made I've made adjustments to the outfit, the spandex material. Obviously, I've grown, so it fits me better now. But I have purchased a set of dirt bike armor, which fills out the silhouette that I can't fill out naturally. I've bought a new cape that ties around my neck. It's much longer and it's more movie accurate, and my new cowl fits better on my face. It's more snug and it looks more realistic.
Okay, all right. And the fit is important because you really are selling not just the look, but the full character, the full vibe and experience, and the sensation that they're really getting a moment in this realm of their imagination, right?
Yeah.
He got called out for having braces
Oh boy.
at his first
We
Cape
had to
Crusader
claim that
event.
and obviously kids
They
Kids
notice
notice
all that. They
everything.
notice everything.
They do.
young children, doesn't matter what age they are really, they don't have this, oh, he's just a guy in a mask. They think that you are the real thing at first. So when they notice these little tiny, oh, Batman, he should have the perfect teeth. He shouldn't be he should not be this
Do they
scrawny
get
little
upset with
kid.
you? They're mad.
It's confusing.
They're just confused because realistically they have action figures and the action figures look great. It's just kind of a funny little way of calling out things that
They recognize that.
Inconsistency.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, I'm sure they do.
Tell us about another costume that you have.
So our favorite patriot, the shielded captain, he's my favorite second favorite to Batman, I should say. But so the shield was purchased specifically for his purpose. Then I had a latex mask, which was it was pretty sad. It was flimsy. It was very hot. So I reached out to a very good friend of mine who was a leather worker, and me and him, we both designed and built, sewed together a new helmet for the character, and it's way more accurate and it's super comfortable. It's really realistic too. It is just such an upgrade from where I was.
And these additional details, they're passion for you. We had talked before the show about how even in some of your characters, you've even created 3D from your 3D printer pieces that complete your outfit and finalize that character. So you're sewing, you're stitching, you're calling in friends and neighbors, and you're utilizing high technology to get these looks. So these kids and these adults that are receiving time with you, they really are getting the full experience.
And the experience it's really what we strive for, putting a smile on the kids' faces, but it's also the adults, especially the parents of the children, because not only are the children...
We're just big kids ourselves.
Yes. Not only are the children going through these events, but the parents are also trying to, keep them happy, keep them just comfortable. So when the stress is put on the parents' shoulders, the heroes also make the parents a little bit happier.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I will say, like, if you go to meet these children, I'm sure, these children are happy, they're smiling. And if a parent sees their child happy or smiling, that's going to have the same effect on them, right? It might not be, they might not be focused on the hero, right? But they're definitely going to be focused on their child telling them later, hey, that was great. Or, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that again. So, the parents, I'm sure, are very happy with the time that you put into this, because you're not simply just going in there with a costume you bought, wherever. You're making customizations, you're making them look the part, which is great.
So we're going to go to commercial in a minute, but I want to point out something here. We're talking about, we're saying our parents and children and characters. We're not touching on the fact that Hank you're very young yourself, correct?
Yes, I'm 15 at the moment.
So this was a brainchild when you were 13 years old, 12 and a
Yes.
half. You all were kicking these ideas around. Mom was like, maybe we can make it real. We'll get 50. So you have been growing as a young man, as well as into each of these characters and perfecting to bring joy. And I don't think that there's enough credit to a testament of your age and what you've done thus far and continuing to grow, because you do have goals and plans moving forward. And I think that they're very inspirational. So I'm excited to delve a little deeper in that. But we're going to have to hold those thoughts for just a second. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back. Okay? Hold on.
Are you opening a used car lot, pawn shop, a restaurant that will serve beer and wine? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
At Evergreen Media, we know the people, the businesses, and the work needed to take your marketing to the next level. We know where locals go to shop, work, and have fun.
We're here to focus on your local advertising so you can focus on your business. This is our home. This is our business. Evergreen Media. We market, you grow.
Healthy retirement starts at Treasure Coast Community Health. Short waits, easy scheduling, on-site services, wellness visits, chronic care management, and same-day sick visits. Call 772-257-8224 or visit tcchinc.org.
Evergreen Media is your go-to for podcasting. Business owners, boost your brand by educating clients with your own show. Just show up. We handle everything else. Get your custom video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and more. Start today at egreenmedia.com.
Welcome back to Silver Linings. We are so very grateful for our commercial sponsors, but we would be remiss without calling out to our actual show sponsor. Dill Evans and Rodaback is a family law firm that has been situated in Sebastian, Florida for well over 30 years. They specialize in elder care law as well as trusts and real estate, planning for families, planning for long-term aging. Please, if you have a question, you have a need, or your family is entering into those hallways of planning in advance, reach out to them. I have no doubt that they will treat you like they have treated me and so many of our community members, so much like family. On that note, let's go back to what we were talking about. I kind of shut Hank and Amber down for a minute because we had to take the break, but we highlighted the fact that you yourself are 15. So you have this unique perspective. You still have 1 foot in imagination and 1 foot heading into adulthood. You're serving a unique group of individuals. So can you kind of clarify for us, because it's not necessarily bedridden individuals that we're talking about. We're talking about all kinds of people. So tell us about who you like to reach out to and who you like to give love to.
So it's the demographic that we serve. People think it's really small. People think it's, someone who's got just a life-threatening illness, someone who can't move, someone who can't walk out of bed. But really, it's for all ages. It's people who maybe they just, for the moment, don't have a house. Maybe they've just lost a family member. If it's something that is serious like that, it could be a senior in high school, or it could be a pre-K child who qualifies for these things. And it isn't just people under 18. It isn't just young adults either. We also are hoping to also serve senior citizens as well. The Shielded Patriot if you will, that is a classic superhero who those
Indeed.
people grew up with. And
Very much so.
these classic superheroes, really, I've seen it before when we've done some of our events out in public, but senior citizens and toddlers alike, they both, it just, their faces lighten up immediately. Smiles on their faces.
Indeed. I know that our generation in their late 70s and 80s really grew up with comic strips, and superheroes actually came to life on those comic strips, but long before they came across our television tubes.
Yes.
So, yeah, I have no doubt that would be a group of individuals that would benefit greatly and would really appreciate time with you or your characters, so to speak.
So how do people reach out to your organization to to find out about how you can go visit them?
So our website is it's hanks-heroes.com. That's the main, if you want information about, hey, I'd like to schedule a meeting with a hero because my son, he's just recently broken an arm. You're going to want to go to the website. We also have we have a Facebook. I'm so sorry, I lost my train of
It's
thought.
okay. What's the name of your Facebook page?
So the Facebook page is just hanks.heroes.
So the website is
.fl.
hank-heroes.com, and then the Facebook social media page is hank.heroes.
Hanks.heroes. I want to be as specific as possible.
Thank
And
you.
there is another nonprofit that is Hank's Heroes, but it's a animal rescue.
It's an animal
and so
rescue
sometimes
shelter.
it'll pull it up.
Yeah,
but,
until
but
you
if
connect to you.
Yes,
And then
if you start typing stuff in and it comes up with our
Populate,
little
absolutely.
Make sure to look for the superhero on the page.
yes,
Right.
the logo will
Right.
pop up.
Right, I love that. So you're able to serve all kinds of demographics with a polite amount of time and a schedule that's appropriate. Now, I imagine as the word has spread about, it's getting a little harder to be the one-man band, so to speak, right?
Yes. So that is something that is hopefully will be addressed in the not too distant future. I would love to have many of my friends. Let me restart over. Many of my friends have reached out to me about wanting to be characters in my business. And if I, for whatever reason, could not answer the call to be a hero for that day, then they would be able to step in. And if it's a full body costume, then no one's gonna know who's under the mask. But also, it would help to have teams of heroes who could go, multiple heroes to one event, which I think would be which would be way better than what we have now. It's just me.
Right. Well, I've been on the street in a park where a bunch of heroes popped out, and I remember thinking, this is so cool. We won't say where and who, but it was really cool. So I can imagine how that would be.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think you also, on your website, I believe there was a part where it says how to be a hero, and people can find out about that so they can, see how that can be done, and you guys can coordinate to try
help
work
make
that.
donations so that more costumes can be purchased and put in the hero closets so that they have more opportunities and options for what delights them, as well as you have future goals, right? It's not just to attend and present. You want to do something just another step outside of that. And moving forward, I understand talking to your mom and you that you have some perspective of what a year out might look like. What would that look like?
So this year we would like to have a scholarship for people who would qualify for a visit. So that would be people who have just recently lost a family member, etc. We want to have a $500 scholarship to a senior in high school for their next couple of years in college, and that's the main thing we're hoping to get towards.
As a mom of a college student, that's a really good thing to do.
And then eventually you always want to be able to give more.
Right.
But we'd also like to give another one to a senior who maybe has worked with vulnerable populations.
Yes.
They work at a school or whatever as a volunteer. So that we've got a Hank's Heroes visit scholarship person, and then a volunteer who works with those people
like
as well.
a community hero identified by Hank's Heroes and their team. I love that.
And obviously they would be
that.
seniors in high school. That would be our only time that we would really limit somebody's, age for something, or if they've decided
specific to build that scholarship for returning to school. I like that. I think that's beautiful.
Well, I mean, let me ask. I think we were talking about before the show that you have an event coming up. What event is that? And
I'm not sure how much we can share about it, just because they don't usually like those individuals, those vendors, to to brag about it, if that makes sense.
Got it.
But we have an event coming up with
well, if you don't want to go down there, tell us about some prior events.
We can tell you about what the event is. Okay. So the event is it's a national, worldwide event, but it's held locally. Ours is held locally, and it's put on as a formal event for individuals with disabilities. And we are going as a particular billionaire philanthropist who built his uniform or his armor in a cave at one time. So we have a helmet that he wears, and it's all voice activated and stuff.
Oh, neat.
And then we did a Christmas event at a local restaurant, and he was a Santa character who, I'm trying to think how you can
had a dead heart and humor.
Yes, he's dead inside. But that was a fun event because it
I almost love this guessing game.
Yeah,
I'm like, do I know?
It's like
yes, I think I do.
But
I'm so thoroughly impressed by your desire to make a positive impact, your selflessness to create smiles through an avenue that you're comfortable in and that you're good at, obviously. And especially now that the braces are gone, you're not going to get a hard time about that. And more so that you're looking to expand it to be more than the moment and to have a longevity and a mission through these scholarships, which I think is beautiful, not just for the college student stepping out for the first time, but acknowledging someone in the community that is just randomly living their lives. I cannot wait to see you continue to bloom this. But people can make direct donations. They can make a direct donation for you in reference to supporting that scholarship. Maybe you all have down the road where you find a company that might be a sponsor for a partial. I can see that growing and glowing here in Indian River County. We have so many givers here that when you have an organization such as yours really starting to highlight what they're doing, it probably won't be long till somebody really wants to step in and give you that extra support.
Yes, I mean, it's something I didn't know about a few months ago when I heard about it. I met with both of them at my office, and I was thrilled that, number one, something that was started by someone in their teens. I mean, it's hard enough. It's hard enough to get people who are in their 20s or 30s who have a job and have kids and have other responsibilities to give back to their community. So it's great to hear that someone wanted to start it so young and is being successful at it, and hopefully will continue to be successful at it.
I'm sure you will, especially as your message spreads across the Treasure Coast, those you're reaching out for, and those that want to also be party to making that smile happen. Thank you all so very much for joining us. One last call out for your website again.
That's hanks-heroes.com. That's where you're going to find a donation tab, information, how to reach out to us, things of that sort.
All right. So if you have a memory care or an assisted living and your residents would be inclined, please go on and try and coordinate that. Support Hank and his heroes and support your community members. If you have a loved one who's gone through a rough time and they could really be uplifted and they're one of these individuals who take our heroes to heart, reach out. They may be the solution to bring that smile. And without a doubt, if you have been ill or your children are, please consider reaching out to Hank and Amber. Thank you so much for joining us today, for spreading the word, for being the silver lining in our community. We're grateful for you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.